Okay, as you can see, it looks a little different today. I went ahead and cut it down and took it outside and removed pretty much most of the finish off the rifle. And then, so I was letting all these pieces dry. I started working on the stock. Now I noticed that the stock almost looks like that row of blackness. It's been soaked in oil. Somebody's put oil on the outside of the stock for a long period of time. And it's soaked in, which makes it really difficult to sand because it just sticks to it. And this is about the color I was trying to get to, and this is where we started. So all the pieces are going to be blued. I've already marked where I need a notch to put my handle. Start running it down through the stock. Need to finish up the stock tomorrow and re-blue these pieces. And I'll give you an update then. This is after one coat of the bluing. You can see I didn't get it all the way around. There's still some spots there and down along the bottom half, but I didn't get the end either. But I was just trying it out. Did a light coat, seeing how it looks. That looks 10 times better. Do about probably 4 more coats. Okay, so this is my Turkish 8mm Mauser, and for years it just sat in the closet, and I wanted a rifle, a hunting rifle built out of it, but I didn't really have the time to drill and tap and do all that. So what I did is I cut the stock, I trimmed it out, I free floated the reel, I stripped the rifle and re-blued it. I used a ATI scope mount. I had to make a little recess down in here for the clamp on the scope mount to actually mount in there. Re-blued all the additional parts, sanded, and refinished the stock. I could have sanded it more, but I kind of like the age of the wood to kind of show through. The bolt was originally a straight bolt because it was a Turkish. I cut it and welded it and then re-blued it. And as you notice here, it's actually facing slightly forward, not back. That was my choice. I wanted to give it a little bit more of a grip when I go to eject the rounds. So I give it a slight hook forward so that way I can just kind of grab it with my hand, lift up, slam it back, and then as I'm going forward it's kind of tilted forward and I can just lock it right in place. I did not switch out the safety. I left the original safety in there. For me to take it off safe, it's too easy. You just flip it over. For me to put it back on safe, again, it's too easy. Flip it up. There's no need to replace something that works just fine. And I had to add a new stud up in the front. So I centered it best I could, drilled it, put that in there, and now I have a new sling stud. So overall, I think it turned out beautiful, and later today we will hit the range and see if all that free floating and chopping and scoping and everything was worth the 3 days it took me to do it. Again, I know a lot of people don't like sporterizing military firearms, but again, this is a 1944 Turkish Mauser. It really didn't hold a lot of collector's value. It will do me more as a hunting rifle than it ever would have as a military surplus rifle in my closet. So later on today we shall see how she shoots. This is my ammo choice. These are 196 grain Bowtail hollow point match 3-3 rounds loaded in PPU cases, or some of these are actually 270 cases. 8mm. There you go. They're 270 cases that have been cut down, reformed, and reloaded to fit my 8mm. Now these rounds here are 150 grain, and they're loaded actually for a Gewehr 88. So we're going to see how these 150s compare to my 196s. Now these are loaded to World War II standard loads. I figured loading them to the original load that was meant for the rifle versus the American loads, which seems to be a little on the weaker side. These are loaded basically towards the World War I standard. So these are lighter, these are a lot hotter. These are 150 grains here, Pro Hunters. So we're going to compare the 150s to the 196s. Both of these are loaded with 4064. So hopefully when we get done at the range, we'll know if the rifle likes the 150s or the 196 is better. Because both of these are loaded to mil spec standards. This is World War I load. This is a World War II load.